Welcome, and Senior Mash here. Time to talk rugby union, and part of this week will be remembering 2017. Can't wait for it, and forever Substack helping me to be creative, and I hope if you're enjoying this you'll give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. And if you're a big rugby lover, don't forget Talking Rugby Union. Share these posts on their Facebook and on YouTube. So get on there and subscribe. This week, week 15, what have I seen? Well, I didn't really get that excited about Felix Jones. I don't know what I missed. The media seems to have a love affair with him. I've not really found it that interesting. Sorry. I suspect Felix has used English rugby for his own ends. Can't prove it, just makes me wonder. And so good to see the James boys, Sam and Luke, fronting up at Sale. So good, really like these two lads. Talking Rugby Union have followed them very closely, and I know Chris Heel has great respect for the both of them. So, well done Manchester Rugby Club for getting out there and letting people know. Well, rugby on TV this week. Yes, there I was, sat in my armchair watching Premier Sports. Well done. Good coverage. Enjoyed all the games I watched in full or in part. And as ever, rugby on social media kept me smiling. And, you know, what it did make me think about was 2017 and some of the great rugby experiences I had in that year. And I'm going to show some of those in a little while. Talking about social media, Tarleton Rugby Union, so close to my heart, and a great mate of my nephew Frank Nixon is a guy called Elliott Burton. Honestly, I've seen him play at fullback, wing, centre, fly half for Tarleton Rugby, and this week on the team sheet he's starting in the second row. Elliott Burton, hat tip. And as ever, Tarleton, good graphics. And I clicked onto YouTube, and what did I find? It was Sedge Media at the Darlington Arena. What a stadium, eh? How good for live coverage. And it was a good game. And Vinnie Morley, hats off to you. Great camera work. Appreciate that you're doing the commentary and the camera work. And this was a real quality production. And I'm sure all the Sedgley Tigers fans back in Bury and surrounding areas really enjoyed your coverage. So well done, keep it going. And if my mentions are helping, great. If not, doesn't worry. You keep doing what you're doing. It's good for the game and it's helping promote rugby union. And as you said on commentary, Saturdays are designed to go down to your local club, whether it's rugby, football, cricket. Get down there, watch some live sport. And I think you also said put a fiver over the counter and it helps that club survive. Here. Well said, Vinny. And, you know, we think about social media as a modern phenomena, but Sedgley Tigers, 1992, using YouTube. If you get a chance, go and have a little look at Sedgley Park Rugby 1992 on YouTube. And how good is it to have the word grandstand? Wow, BBC Grandstand was part of what I grew up with. But this week, my thoughts, reflections and memories turn to 4 areas. I am so privileged to have seen so many players in their early years, whether it was watching schools rugby, university rugby, or National League Rugby. And it got me thinking about those early years. And whilst I was watching the game yesterday with Stade Francais, I was drawn to Zach Henry playing number 10, fly half. And it took me back to a trip I made to Rouen in France. And I went there to watch a mate of my son Max's, a guy called Joe Elliott. Joe had been a stalwart at Bath University, heralding from Jersey, where he played at Jersey Rugby Club. And I'd been to see him play at Rotherham when I think they were in the Championship, and then over to Rouen, where he really made a name for himself. So that's why this week I'm focusing on 2017 and sharing some photographs of my rugby experiences in 2017. Hope you enjoy it. There's plenty more of those. Again, more kudos to Vinny at Sedge Media. Great work. I've already mentioned it, but great work. And did I mention a try machine called Johnny Matthews? Well, there he was again in the final minute. Well done, Johnny. Keep scoring those tries for Glasgow Warriors. It was a good game against Toulon. Enjoyed it. Very much so. And I've got to talk now of the Axis. Danny Kerr, Marcus Smith and Alex Dombrandt. When they play together at Harlequins, they are so effective. They rival Johnny Matthews as a try machine. The understanding between the three of them is just out of this world. It is so disappointing that when the three of them have had an opportunity with England, it's been a fairly small window that they've been given. The way they play, the space they see, the angles that Marcus Smith is able to change, and the delayed passes that both Marcus Smith and Danny Kerr can give to Alex Dombrandt really do become game changers. So what an axis, what a display, and there they were again this weekend, demonstrating just how effective and impactful they can be. I thought I'd take a look at some different results this week. So the guys at Talking Rugby Union have highlighted Darlington Moden Park versus Sedgley Park. It was a draw. It was on live stream. The final 3 minutes was really exciting, I've got to say. First up, penalty for Sedgley, narrowly missed the kick. Next minute, one of the Darlington Moden Park players goes on the most exhilarating run down the pitch. Must have made 70 metres. And high tackle, yellow card, and Darlington Moden Park have got to kick at goals to win the game. That goes sailing past, and it's a draw, 37 apiece. Well done, both teams. Then it was the battle of the R's in National League 1. Richmond, Rotherham, Rosslyn Park, Rams. Rosslyn Park had been on the end of a thumping last week against Sedgley Park. This week, they delivered a fantastic win for themselves at home against Rams, who had narrowly lost the week before to Richmond. Meanwhile, Richmond were up against Rotherham, and 31-29 was the final result. So, the R's still making the moves in National League Rugby, but it's very close. And I think, as was demonstrated last week, the jeopardy of National League Rugby is not just at the top of the division, it's at the bottom. And teams like Darlington, Sedgley Park, Sale, Esher, Leicester Lions are fighting for their survival, and on the day are capable of beating any of those R's. I bigged up Coventry last week, and I really meant what I said last week, that having Coventry announce their intentions to be capable of playing part of the Premiership is so important for rugby in England. They went down to Cornish Pirates this week and weren't able to maintain their winning runs. Well done, Cornish Pirates. Good win. Championship's an interesting league. I need to get more into it with you and hopefully able to do that over the coming weeks and months. And as I mentioned, the two James boys playing for Racing 92 v Sale Sharks. Oh, well done, Sale Sharks. Ben Bamba in the second row, really good. And Ben Curry, excellent. Honestly, excellent. And I'll be publishing my Lions predictor this week. And I've got to tell you, that performance of Ben Curry's has really got him onto my radar. So well done to Sale Sharks, well done Ben Curry, Ben Bamba. So here we go. Zach Henry, Joe Elliott running on for Rouen. And part of a team that took the headlines back in June 2017. No matter where you play rugby, you find stars, young players determined to make rugby their life. And whether it means they have to travel to far-flung parts of the world or whether they're at home, do keep supporting them wherever they are in the world. They're great ambassadors for English rugby, whether it's club rugby or whether it's university rugby. So well done, Rouen, for giving these young Englishmen the most wonderful opportunity. I also managed to get to Hong Kong in 2017 and watch, again, Joe Elliott playing. It was a pleasure, it was a privilege, and there we are watching the game at the wonderfully sounding Tai Hang, December 2017. And here's my nephew Frankie on the far right hand side of this photograph with a very big friendship group who were all playing for Preston Grasshoppers. I got fond memories of these guys. Tomo, Teague, Gale, great games, and always liked the Preston Grasshoppers shirt, gotta say. And whether they're sponsored by the supermarket chain Booths or the business advisors Haley's, they always put on a good show. This came up on my feed from 2017. Tony Swift, ex-Hutton Grammar School, played for England, played for, I think, Swansea and Bath. Very quick winger, good memories, stood on a very cold pitch as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old watching Tony and many other very talented rugby players who were coached by Brian Ashton and Bob Kennedy. Good memories. And here's one from Tarleton Rugby Club, and it's Joe Bullan. Joe is a real clubman at Tarleton, now coaching. I was very fortunate to coach Joe as a 7-year-old at Tarleton, and he's carried on playing and coaching. Wonderful to see. Great work, Joe. Keep it going. And 2017 was a year for Talking Rugby Union, where they were out there really sponsoring noble causes. And one of those involved a car trip around Europe, and another was donating kit to, I think this is the ladies team at Preston Grasshoppers. Well done, Talking Rugby Union. forever showcasing rugby and journalists. 2017 also was a year where Sedgley Park was heavily influencing me. Scoff, Max Ashcroft from Talking Rugby Union were both playing there. Max in the front row, Max in the back row. And one of their great mates of that year was Johnny Matthews, Johnny the Try Machine of the Glasgow Warriors. They headed over to Tyndale, they played in charity shirts, and they went on tour, hence I think the funny headgear. And there was also the Scoffitch Sevens in memory of the late John Scoffitch. And yes, that's the Try Machine, Johnny Matthews, chatting away to my dog Molly. Also, Ben Vernon, Jack Kelly, Haley Kelly, Max Ashcroft, George Scoffitch. Thanks for their memories, guys. Scoffitch Sevens was a truly wonderful event in 2017, held at Tarleton Rugby Club. And over to Fylde to watch Ben Vernon. Ben, incredibly talented, back row, got blighted with shoulder injuries, unfortunately. Always good to see at Fylde, though, a really strong contingent of Sale Shark players, and there they are, congregated under the scoreboard. It wasn't going that well that day for them. Not sure who they were playing. If anybody recognises that kit and can let me know. And then it was Dubai Sevens. Wow, it's hot over there. But some of the Sevens rugby, truly world class. And as the year finished, I went down to Twickenham, and unfortunately for me, Eddie Jones and Steve Borthwick decided to stay in the same hotel. And here they are at the bar. I think Steve's on water, and as I recall, Eddie could well be on red wine. Good luck with England, Steve. Old Huttonian, always in our hearts. Keep it going, mate. And Eddie, come on, you're a great larrikin. Let's get Japan winning some games. As ever, massive thanks to Talking Rugby Union, National League Rugby. Thanks for sharing. Well, thanks for allowing me to use your material. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, do subscribe, do like, do give it a thumbs up, make a comment. It all helps, and I know the guys at Talking Rugby Union appreciate that, and they appreciate what you're doing in helping their YouTube channel gain traction. So, thanks to all, and see you next time.